Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Shepard here. And now this is a video and a topic that I've been thinking about a lot for the last week. And I've been thinking about when was the right time and the right way to make this video, but I finally decided I might as well just pull my phone out and just start recording. So, let's get right into it. So, Hillsong recently released a new song called Highlands Song of Ascension. And this song really spoke to me, so I'm just going to read out the verses 1, 2, and the pre-chorus for you. I don't got memorized. So it says, "Oh, how high would I climb mountains if the mountains were where you hide. Oh, how far I'd scale the valleys if you grace the other side. Oh, how long have I chased rivers from lowly seas to where they rise, against a rush of grace descending from the source of its supply. 'Cause in the highlands and the heartache, you're neither more or less inclined. I would search and stop at nothing. You're just not that hard to find." Now, what they're talking about here is our pursuits of God. And I've been guilty myself of this mindset that God is some far-off being that growing close to is some ridiculously hard thing that is almost impossible to achieve. And as a college student, I have so many things competing for my attention. I have classes, I have a part-time job, and I'm trying to maintain a social life. Keeping God a focus in my life can really be a struggle sometimes. And what this often leads to is, even when I have time to pray and I'm thinking about it, is I never will, because I'll feel guilty because I'm only ever coming to God whenever I need something, as if He is a genie in a bottle, or when I have the time and even the motivation to read my Bible, I will not pick it up because I'm thinking back to all the times I told God, yeah, I'm going to commit to a Bible study, and then a week later, I'm just binge watching my favorite YouTuber. And it was this mindset that I had to be absolutely perfect and couldn't stumble that almost drove me away from my faith altogether. You see, but no matter how much I tried to walk away from God, He just wouldn't let me. I always heard Him just nagging at me, pulling me back in, no matter how far away I tried to run. And one day I finally just got tired of this constant nagging that I was hearing. And I finally decided that, you know what? I'm actually going to pursue my relationship with God. And it was in these moments that it didn't happen all at once, that I realized that it was actually something that I could fit practically in my day-to-day life, and it authentically fit into my schedule. See, James 4:8 says this, "Draw near to God, and He will draw near to you." The mindset that God is far off and it's a hard thing to grow close to Him is a very dangerous mindset. See, I fell victim to it as a person that grew up to church, and I'm sure many Christians that have tried to invite someone to church or tell someone about God has probably heard this, that they would just burst into flames or get struck down by lightning if they even walks into a church. And I'm here today to just say that that cannot be further from the truth. You see, no matter how bad of a person you think you are or the poor choices that you made, there is nothing that can nullify the fact that Jesus wants to have a very close personal relationship with you. And I want to use this example from the Bible to prove my point. That one of Jesus' final actions before He was killed on the cross was drawing close to a person. You see, back in those times, the cross was one of the most painful, brutal forms of executions that the Romans had. So you know it was reserved for some of the worst of the worst. And there were two other people being crucified with Jesus. One of them used his final breath to mock Jesus, whereas the other one had this to say. And I'm starting from Luke 23:40. "Do you not even fear God, since you are under the same sentence of condemnation, and we indeed are suffering justly, for we are receiving what we deserve for our deeds. But this man has done nothing wrong. And he was saying, Jesus, remember me when you come in your kingdom. And he said to him, truly, I say to you, today you shall be with me in paradise. Now think about this. This prisoner was admitting that one of the most brutal forms of punishment was a just thing for him to be receiving. And yet Jesus is, in some of his final breaths, still wanted to form a relationship with him and let him know that he would be with him in paradise. And now looking at this example, you can think no matter what you have done in the past can disqualify you from God wanting to do the same with you. And although it may feel like God is some far off entity in the sky, the big man in the sky that you have no chance of growing close to, this couldn't be further from the truth. Take it from me, someone that tried his absolute best to push God away. And now, I'm not saying that you do not need to be some big time Bible scholar to have a relationship with God, since he loves you and he wants to form this relationship with you. And once you get that single fact in your head, trust me, you will want to draw close to him. That's all I got for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.